we've got another unboxing to do. Alright, so this is Hori's new arcade stick, fight stick, whatever you want to call it, for PS4 and PS5. Now, I didn't actually pick this up at EVO. I actually had it pre-ordered like a couple months ago, or maybe like a month ago. I don't know, whenever they went up for pre-order. I had one up for pre-order, and it arrived like the day before I got home. And so, that's pretty much when I got mine. Now, I do have several Hori controllers. I have some of their wired controllers for the Switch and the PS3, and those have all been pretty fantastic. So I'm really excited to kind of get a look at this one and see, just really take a good look at it. They did have a model on display at their booth at EVO that you could try out, and I did mess around with it a bit, but I didn't really get a good look because I don't want to be popping it open there in front of them and, you know, holding up the line and all that kind of shit. So, you know, this has actually been selling pretty well. I know they sold out of their inventory that they had with them at EVO, and so you can really only get it on Amazon now. I don't know if it's sold out on Amazon yet, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. Now, a big complaint of mine when it comes to using sticks and like these kinds of peripherals on the PS5 is that a lot of times you have to have a PS5 controller connected and plugged into this in order for it to like even register, which is, I mean, I think it's cumbersome, but, you know, hopefully this won't need to do that, but, you know, we'll see. Let's take a quick look at the box before I go tearing this thing open. So the front is very basic. You got, you know, the fucking picture of the stick and all that good shit. Here on the side, you have contents in 6 different languages. So in English, it says controller and instruction manual. Amazing. So here you go, you can take a look at that. Not sure if the autofocus will let you guys read that. Now on the back we got a bunch of shit. We got all of the features outlined. So it has, let's see, assignable buttons, touchpad, key lock mode, and more. So it does have that like tournament lock mode that prevents extra buttons from being pressed and shit, but it's an actual like physical button here. It has a headset jack. So if it has a headset jack, you might notice an issue when you plug this in and your system, or if you use it on PC, will automatically detect this as your preferred audio output, and it'll cut off your sound and you'll be like, oh, what's wrong? You'll just need to go into the settings and change that. Customize settings with companion app. So there's an app, a Windows app, I guess, that you can use to customize, I guess it's to, that goes into the whole assignable controllers thing. If you can remap like everything, that'd be interesting. Equipped with Hori proprietary Hayabusa buttons and joystick. Now, I don't know if that'll be a deal breaker for those of you who only play ensemble buttons, but it looks like one of the selling points of this thing is that it's very easy to open up. So if you really want to replace those buttons, you can. Yeah, chassis opens easy for easy maintenance and customization, and then switch out top housing artwork with your own. And it's like, it looks like the plastic covering for that snaps out pretty easily. And so here you can see all of the shit that it says back here. There's, you know, how the easy open case, easy swap out the artwork, and we got all this other shit here. Alright, now let's get this thing open. Now, I wanted to do an aerial view of opening this, but the box is a little big, so it was a little tough to get. So I ran into the same problem with the Scott Pilgrim Collector's Edition unboxing. So, you know, we'll just do it. We'll just do it the same way. So we do have tape here on the sides that I'm going to just kind of slice through. And then we do have 2 cardboard tabs here that we gotta pull out. Alright, now I'm gonna let's hope the thing doesn't just fall right out. Okay, cool. So, okay, we have the instruction manual here, and that's actually pretty thick for an instruction manual for a controller. It's probably got like 8 different languages in it. It does. It's the same thing repeated over and over. Those are the instructions in English, and the first page of French, I think. Yeah, French, it looks like, is the next language up. So, you know, it has okay, so it has instructions on like connecting and all this kind of shit. Okay, so the USB cable is not detachable, but you can store it inside the actual controller, which is cool. So let's go ahead and just put this over here for now. And let's take this bad boy out. Okay. I guess we're supposed to open it like facing me so it wouldn't be upside down. But, you know, it looks like it's pretty straightforward. You just got your big old foam pieces. Autofocus wreaking havoc over here. Oh yeah, this is big boy packaging. Thick boy packaging. Okay, let's put that down right here, and then pull this out of its little bag. All right. Okay, so right away, this is like it's like a big old fucking square. It's like I'm used to sticks being more rectangular, I guess you could say, especially because I first started on an 8-arc, which was pretty rectangular, and then, you know, an Obsidian, which was like, you know, it's a fucking, the Obsidian is basically a fucking tabletop. But this one, even more so than the Panthera, is like just a fucking block. And so that's kind of interesting. I feel like, I don't know, maybe they could have used the real estate a little better, but this is cool. There's actually built-in handles on the side. But I mean, I'm assuming these are handles that you can just it makes it easy to carry around. You do have rubber feet on the bottom to prevent slippage. This is just my table. It's moving my table before moving the actual stick, which is really cool. And then what else have we got? What else have we got? The hinge is actually on the front here. So when it opens up, here's the hinge, and the hinge actually provides another handle. So you got 3 different ways you can carry this thing if you want. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now let's see this lock button. Okay, so I thought maybe this lock button would be one of those ones where you click it and like it stays in, and then you gotta click it again to pop it back out, and that'll activate the lock, but that is not the case. These buttons, I thought they might have been like micro switch buttons, but they're not. We got a touchpad here. That feels like your standard 2 pounds of pressure, because I got big fucking unga bunga hands and I like to throw the stick around. I prefer 4 pounds, so that's definitely a mod that I'm going to be doing. Now these buttons are weird. I've never actually used Hayabusa buttons before. It feels like there's a gummy bear in there. That's like the consistency that I'm getting. That there's like it's like a gummy bear in the fucking button. I mean, it's not bad. I'll test it. I'll actually play something and test it and see how that goes. But yeah, so we got settings here for PS5, PS4, and PC. We have a switch here for a lock, so then what the fuck is this button for? Hold on. Well, it looks like how to connect is literally just fucking plug it in, forehead. It doesn't seem like you need to have an actual controller plugged in, which is amazing. Okay, so the headset jack is not compatible with PC, so you might not actually get that that issue with your PC auto detecting it as your preferred output. Oh, okay, this is actually your start button. Okay, I thought this was gonna be your lock switch, but no, this button here is your start button, or you know, options, whatever the fuck. Let me see, which one of these is the share button? Okay, this one here, there's a little button that has like 3 lines coming out of it that it looks like it's the indicator for like a light. But yeah. And then we have a function button, which actually you can actually use in conjunction with the stick to change button profile. So you can actually set and save different button profiles through the app. So if you want your buttons laid out differently, and then you could just like toggle through them by holding down the function button and moving the stick up or down. Okay, that's pretty cool. Huh? How to remove buttons. They actually have like a little guide too on how to move that, how to remove those quick disconnects, how to remove the bat top. That's cool. Or the ball top, sorry. We even have a layout of, because all of the wires are color coded, and so they have that all described there. So let's get this bitch opened up. It's a little tab here that you move to the side, and then you just pop the bitch open. That is a lot of resistance, so I feel like, yeah, that is a lot of resistance. But at least it stays open, so that's really cool. And we got some tissue paper in here. Okay. I mean, simple, easy to remember. We also have the color coding for the wires described right in there. And, you know, I actually didn't even show you guys an up-close shot of the front panel, so let me take care of that. Okay, so it comes in standard with a square gate, and that looks like a bitch to replace. That actually screws in, and it's like part of the housing for the actual stick. It doesn't just snap in. I mean, I guess this is a Hayabusa stick too, so fuck me. That's like, modding the stick is gonna be a little rough. So I don't know if you can see there, but yeah, the square gate is actually screwed in. There's no snapping, there's no popping off. Here, this, I mean, if you're gonna want to change out the gate, like I know generally higher level players prefer a square gate over an octagonal, but if that's something you're gonna want to change out, you're gonna need to swap out the entire stick, probably. The shaft looks easy to replace. It's just, you know, the little metal clip and the grommet and all that stuff, so that you should be able to pull out, as well as the top itself. You do have access to the screw if you want to unscrew this this top and put in your own. Not really a lot of storage space, so you can't keep any tools in here really, which is unfortunate. It looks like we do have a little bit of a divot in here though to store the USB cable when you know, after if you don't want to keep using the cable tie that's included there. It's a twist tie, but you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this cable out. Now, it's cool that they do provide like a bracket here for us to like tie it around. Now, does this like just go in here? Okay, yeah, I don't know what the hell this bracket is for, because the cable doesn't seem to fit in there very well. So I'm not entirely sure what that's for. Let's see. Okay, so the cable is anchored in right here, but like pulling it out would kind of pull it at a hard angle, so I think I'd probably just hook it around here once and then feed it out through the top. It does have a little arrow here that says cable for you to to guide you on where to feed it out, which is kind of funny. But yeah, let's go ahead and close this bitch up. Alright, so we got that. And what's our length like on this? That is not bad, actually. That is pretty good. Alright. Alright. I respect it. Okay, I mean, it's cool that you can just, like, coil it up in here, too, and it makes it really clean, really easy to travel with. The stick is also very light. I think it's definitely not as light as the Panthera, but I think it might be slightly lighter than the 8-bit dose stick, which is really cool. Now, I won't be able to flip up the artwork without taking out the buttons, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up replacing these buttons at some point, so if I ever do a customization video on this bitch, I'll definitely like show that. But for all intents and purposes, we are supposed to believe that this plastic panel will very easily pop up and allow you to like swap out the artwork. Actually, I wonder if the reason this is so fucking blocky is because this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet. Let me actually check. Never mind. It is like 12, and the visible area is gonna be about just shy of 12 3/4. So it's gonna be about 12 11/16 by 8 3/4. So 12 11/16 by 8 3/4. That's your that's your visible area that you're working here with, and that doesn't take into account kind of the U-shaped hole that or display, I guess if you want to sound more professional, that we're going with here. Which, you know, I'm not sure how big of a stick that would be, but if we did have like an 8.5 by 11 view area, that would make custom artwork so much easier for, you know, a lot of people to make happen, so that you don't have to get like this weird sized cut, or, you know, you wouldn't have to special order it from like Focus Attack or whatever the fuck, but you know. Okay, so I mean, so far everything seems pretty solid. I'm really doubtful about these fucking gummy bear buttons, yo, and they have like this weird texture on it. It's like, it's the same texture as the rest of the stick, which on the stick itself, I'm fine with it. On the buttons themselves, I feel like it'll make my hands like sweat, and that it'll get like, that it'll retain like oils, hand oils, like a motherfucker. So it's kind of a rough plastic. It's really hard to describe, but if you know, maybe you can see the way that it catches light. You can really see the texturing on the buttons, and it's yeah. I don't know what it is, but that ain't it, Chief. It's, yeah, it just feels really weird. It doesn't add any kind of traction or anything that I guess would be useful to playing. And I mean, maybe I'm just used to like the super smooth, you know, Sanwa Seimitsu kind of thing. I mean, fuck, even like fucking Suzo Hap and IL have like smooth buttons, and these are just some weird shit. But you know, for all the shit that I'm talking, I do like the form factor of this stick. It does feel nice. No, I don't think the corners are too sharp, and beveled ends are always a plus. Oh, here's the headphone jack on the side there. Yeah, alright, so I'll let me go ahead and get this plugged in, and we'll test it out and see what's up.
Alright, so the first bit of good news is that you don't need to have a PS5 controller plugged in to be able to use this thing. I'm using it on my PS5 right now, and yeah, like the home button works, you have full functionality, it's got, you know, the touchpad, and it even, I think it has the share button right there, maybe? Yeah, you know, you got the share button and all that kind of shit that you can work with it. You do need to turn it on first. Having the stick plugged in and then pressing the home button won't let you turn the console on or awaken it from sleep mode. But once you have it on, if you're just using like a little remote or something, you can just use that. Or if you did need to use a controller, you can turn the controller off, plug this bad boy in, and you'll be good to go. So we're just gonna go ahead and just run through some matches really quick and see how overall it feels. So the gummy bear buttons actually feel really good. Yeah, they kind of help you bounce back a little bit. It's weird. Yeah, just the buttons feel really springy, and it doesn't feel nearly as awkward as I thought it would. So these Hori buttons aren't that bad. The stick is still a little loose for my taste, but you know, that's just because 2 pounds and I'm used to 4. Yeah, everything's super responsive. I'm not getting any kind of... Oh, fuck. Yeah, I fucked that up. But I'm not getting any kind of dropped inputs or anything. It's a solid controller. I don't really find anything wrong with it, even with the weird buttons. I could actually see someone even preferring these kinds of buttons just because of how good they just kind of spring back and how good they feel, how bouncy they feel. Yeah, because you don't get the hard click of having the micro switches, and it's because like Sanwas are so delicate, they don't push back, so it's not quite that, I guess, like non-feeling that you get from Sanwas, and you don't have that notch from Seimitsu's. It's completely unique the way these buttons feel. And it's really cool. I really like it. I don't think I'll be switching to these permanently, but I'm not going to be in a rush to replace these. Alright, so let's test out a game that at least I think is a little faster than MK11. Ooh. Cool, I got a trophy. Yeah, everything still feels really clean on this control. I'm not noticing anything. Ooh. Yeah, it's the springy buttons still feel good. I mean, it works. It feels great. So yeah, so if you're definitely looking for a PS5 stick, this will definitely do the job. Especially because I think this is probably the only one available right now that you don't need to plug or don't need to have a controller actively connected the entire time that you're playing. So yeah, it's the Hori fucking. I think it's just called Fighting Stick. I don't think it has a fucking name, but I mean, there you go. It works great. It's lightweight. It's got those built-in divots you can use as handles. All sorts of cool shit. I can't think of a reason to tell you to not get this stick. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, do all that cool shit. And I know a lot of you guys loved my 8BitDo stick review, so I'm hoping the advice I give you on this one proves as good as the advice I gave you on that. So thanks again for watching. I will see you guys next time. This was Gummy Shark Guy.